Kia ora. I'm Donald Hollingsworth, and welcome to Takatāpui Talk presents The People That Came Before Us. Today's story is about a woman from Carterton who changed history not only for New Zealand, but for transgender people around the world. Her name was Georgina Beyer. Now, if you told a young kid growing up in Wellington in the 1950s that one day she'd become the world's first openly transgender member of parliament, they probably would have laughed and said, "Yeah, right." But that's exactly what happened. Georgina Beyer was born in Wellington on the 22nd of November 1957 and was given the name George Bertrand Beyer. Life wasn't always easy for Georgina. Like many of our rainbow whānau, she faced bullying, rejection, and periods of real hardship. Before politics, Georgina lived many lives. She was an actor. She was a performer. She worked as a sex worker, and yes, she even won a beauty pageant. I mean, honestly, how many politicians can say that? Most MPs have been lawyers or accountants. Georgina arrived in Parliament having lived a real life with real struggles and real experiences, and perhaps that's what made her so special. In the 1990s, she moved to Carterton, a small, Wairarapa town that probably wasn't expecting to make world history. First, they elected her to district council. Then, they elected her to mayor. And then, in 1999, the people of Wairarapa elected her to parliament. Just like that, New Zealand made history. The world's first openly transgender member of parliament. Not the first in New Zealand, the first in the world. Little old Aotearoa, I always love that about our country. Every now and then we punch well above our weight. But Georgina wasn't in Parliament just to make history. She got to work. One of the most important pieces of legislation she helped pass was the Prostitution Reform Act in 2003. Because of her own experiences as a former sex worker, Georgina spoke with honesty and courage during the debates. The bill passed just by one vote. One vote. Imagine that. A single vote can change thousands of lives. She also strongly supported the Civil Union Act, helping pave the way for greater equality for same-sex couples in New Zealand. And she fought to make sure transgender people were protected from discrimination and treated with dignity and respect. But perhaps Georgina's greatest contribution wasn't a law, it was representation. She walked through the doors that had never been opened before. And because she did, countless people around the world saw something they had never seen before. Someone like them sitting in Parliament, someone like them leading the way, someone like them belonging. I often think about how young transgender people must have looked at Georgina and thought, if she can do that, maybe I can too. That's powerful. Georgina Beyer retired from Parliament in 2007, and she passed away in 2023 at the age of 65. The tributes came from all over the world, because her story had travelled far beyond our shores. But here in Aotearoa, she will always be remembered as one of our great pioneers, a woman of courage, a woman of humour, a woman who never stopped being herself. And perhaps that's the lesson she leaves us. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is simply live your truth. I'm Donald Hollingsworth, and this has been Takatāpui Talk presents the people that came before us. Because our future was built by those who dared to walk their own path before us.